Hello friends, welcome to the HSC Coach. In today's video, we are going to discuss complete fire safety from basic concept to standards based classifications. This video is very important for safety officers, fire officers, NIBOSH, IOSH and OSHA aspirants because most interview questions come from this topic. In this video, we will cover what is fire, elements of fire, fire triangle and fire tetrahedron, classification of fire according to Indian standard, British standards and NFPA, types of fire extinguishers and methods of fire extinguishing. So let us start step by step. First of all, let us understand what is fire. Fire is a chemical reactions in which a required amount of fuel, oxygen and heat combine together. Due to these chemical reactions, heat and light are produced. This process is called fire. Now let's talk about the elements of fire. There are three elements of fire: fuel, oxygens and heat. But one very important point you must understand: if fuel, oxygens and heat are present separately, fire will not occur. Fire occurs only when these three elements combine together and start a chemical reactions. Now let's talk about the fire triangles and fire tetrahedrons. The combinations of fuel, oxygens and heat is known as fire triangle. Later, a fourth element was added, which is called chain reactions. This concept is known as the fire tetrahedron. So, the fire tetrahedron consists of fuel, oxygen, heat and chain reactions. If any one of these elements is removed, fire will stop. This concept is the foundations of fire extinguishing. Now let us come to the most confusing and most important topic, which is classification of fire. Fire classification changes according to standards and many people mix them up. So now we will understand fire classifications according to three major standards one by one. According to Indian Standard IS 15683-2018, fire is classified into 5 classes based on the type of fuel involved. Class A fire. Class A fire involves ordinary solid combustible materials. Examples: wood, paper, cloth, rubber. Any fire involving solid combustible materials comes under Class A fire. Now let's talk about the Class B fire. Class B fire involves flammables or combustible liquids. Examples: petrol, diesel, paint. These types of fires are classified as Class B fire. Now third is Class C fire. Class C fire involves flammable gases or vapors. Examples include hydrogen, acetylene, LPG. Fire involving combustible gases is called as Class C fire. Now fourth is Class D fire. Class D fire involves combustible metals. Examples include sodium, potassium, magnesium. These fires burn at very high temperatures and require special extinguishers. Fifth is Class F fire. Class F fire involves cooking oils and fats, also known as kitchen fires. Examples include vegetable oils, cooking fats. So according to Indian standard, these are 5 classes: Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D and Class F. Now let us understand British standard fire classification, which is used in the UK and European countries. British standard classification is almost the same as Indian standard. But here is Class A fire: ordinary solid combustible material such as wood, paper, textiles. Class B fire: flammable liquid fires such as petrol, diesel. In Class C fires: flammable gas fires such as hydrogen, acetylenes. And Class D fires: combustible metal fires such as sodium, potassium and magnesium. And last one is Class F fire: cooking appliances, oils and fats, also known as kitchen fires. When we talk about the British standards, in British standard, electrical fire is not given in a separate fire class. Electrical fire is also shown using an electrical symbol, but it is not assigned a class lettering. As long as electrical equipment is energized, it is treated as an electrical fire. Once the power supply is switched off, the fire is then classified according to actual burning material, such as Class A or Class B. This point is extremely important for interviews. Now let us understand fire classifications according to NFPA 10, means National Fire Protection Association 10, which is mainly followed in the United States. NFPA classification is different from Indian and British standards. Class A fire involves ordinary combustible solids. Examples include wood, paper, cloth. In NFPA, flammable liquids and flammable gases are combined into one class, which is Class B. Examples include petrol, diesel, hydrogen gas. This is a major difference compared to Indian and British standards. In NFPA, Class C fire refers to electrical fires. Any fire involving energized electrical equipment is classified as Class C fire. Class D fire involves combustible metal fires such as sodium, potassium, magnesium. Class K fire involves cooking oils and fats, also known as kitchen fires. Examples include vegetable oils, cooking fats. Now let us summarize clearly to remove all confusion. In Indian standards, Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, Class F. In British standard, Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, Class F. Electrical fire has no class, only a symbol. In NFPA standard, Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, Class K. Flammable liquids and gases are combined in Class B. Electrical fire is Class C. These are the steps you have to remember. Now friends, after understanding fire classification, let us move to a very important topic, which is types of fire extinguishers. This topic is extremely important for interviews, site work, safety audit and emergency response, because knowing which extinguishers to use and where to use it can save lives and property. First, one golden rule you must always remember. There is no single fire extinguisher that can be used on all types of fires. Every extinguisher is designed for specific classes of fire only. So there are 5 main types of fire extinguishers: water type, foam type, dry powder type, carbon dioxide type and wet chemical types. So these are the 5 main types of fire extinguishers. Now we will understand each one in details step by step. First is the water type fire extinguisher. Water extinguishers are the most commonly used fire extinguishers and are mainly designed for Class A fires. That means fire involving ordinary solid combustible materials. You can easily identify a water extinguisher because the label clearly shows water. The label color is bright red. Water extinguishers are used for organic solid materials such as paper, wood, cloth, cardboard, rubber. So any fire involving solid combustible material is suitable for water extinguishers. Now let us understand how it works. Water works on the cooling method. It absorbs heat from the burning materials and reduces the temperature below the ignition point, which stop the fire. Water extinguisher must never be used on electrical fires, kitchen fires, means cooking oils and fats, flammable liquids, flammable gases, because water can cause electric shock, fire spread and explosion risk. Now let us understand the foam type fire extinguishers. Foam extinguishers are mainly used for Class B fires, but they can also be used on Class A fires because they are water based. Foam extinguishers can be identified by the word foam on the cylinder. The label color is cream. Foam extinguishers are used for Class A fires, Class B fires. Class A fires means paper, wood, cardboard, and Class B fire means petrol, diesel, paint, flammable liquids. Foam works in two ways: cooling the fire and smoothing the fire. It forms a foam blanket on the surface of the burning liquid, cut off the oxygens and stopping the fire. Foam extinguisher must not be used on electrical fires, kitchen fires and flammable metal fires. Now we come to the dry powder fire extinguisher, also known as ABC extinguishers. Standard dry powder extinguishers are called ABC extinguishers because they are designed to tackle Class A fires, Class B fires and Class C fires. Dry powder extinguishers can be identified by the word powder on the cylinder. The label color is blue. Dry powder extinguishers are used for organic solid materials like paper, wood, cardboard, flammable liquids like petrol, paint, diesels and flammable gases like LPG, acetylene, hydrogen. These makes dry powder one of the most versatile extinguishers. Dry powder works on the chain reactions breaking method. It interrupts the chemical reactions at the molecular levels and stop the fire instantly. Dry powder extinguishers should not be used for cooking oil fires, high voltage electrical equipment above 1000 volt in industrial systems. Also, dry powder causes heavy dust contaminations, so it is not suitable for server rooms and clean environment. Now let us understand the carbon dioxide fire extinguisher, also known as CO2 extinguisher. CO2 extinguishers are predominantly used for electrical fire rigs and are commonly installed in server rooms, control rooms, electrical panels, data centers. CO2 extinguishers can be identified by the marking CO2. The label color is black, the horn shapes nozzle. CO2 extinguishers are used for electrical fires, flammable liquid fires such as petrols and paint. CO2 works on the smoothing method. It displays oxygens around the fire and creates an oxygen deficient environment which stops combustions. CO2 extinguisher must not be used on kitchen fires, solid combustible materials and flammable metal fires because CO2 does not provide cooling and fire can reignite easily. Now the last and very important one is the wet chemical fire extinguisher. Wet chemical extinguishers are specially designed for class F fires, which are cooking oil and fat fires, also called kitchen fires. Wet chemical extinguishers can be identified by the label wet chemical. The label color is yellow. Wet chemical extinguishers are used for cooking oils, cooking fires, commercial kitchens, hotel kitchens, restaurant kitchens. Now let us understand how it works. Wet chemical extinguishers work by cooling the fire, creating a soap-like layer over hot oil. This process is called saponification, which prevents reignitions. Wet chemical extinguisher must not be used for electrical fires, flammable liquid fires, flammable gas fires, flammable metal fires. Now let us understand what are the fire extinguishing methods. There are 4 methods of fire extinguishing. These methods are directly based on the fire triangles and fire tetrahedron concept. First one is cooling method. Second one is starvation method. Third one is smoothing method and last one is chain reaction breaking method. Now let's see one by one in details. First one is cooling methods. So what is cooling method? Cooling method is the process of removing heat from the fire. When heat is removed, the temperature of the burning material falls below its ignition point and the fire stops. How it works? This method breaks the heat side of the fire triangle. What are the extinguishing agents which are used in this method? So, water and foam. So let us understand by these examples. If paper, wood or cloth catches fire, water is applied to absorb heat and cool down the burning materials. Once sufficient heat is removed, the fire is extinguished. This method is mainly used for class A fire. Now talk about the starvation method. What is the starvation method? Starvation method is the process of removing fuel from the fire. Without fuel, fire cannot be continued. How it works? This method breaks the fuel side of the fire triangles. Now, what are the ways to apply starvation methods? So, closing fuel supply valves, removing combustible materials, isolating the fire area. Now, let us understand by the examples. If a fire occurs due to leaking LPG pipeline, closing the gas valve removes the fuel supply and the fire automatically goes out. This method is commonly used in flammable liquid and gas fires. Now let us understand what is the smoothing method. So smoothing method is the process of cutting off the oxygen supply to the fire. Fire cannot survive without oxygen. How it works? This method breaks the oxygen side of the fire triangle. Extinguishing agents use carbon dioxide, foam, fire blanket. Now let us understand by the example. If a small fire occurs in a container of flammable liquid, foam is applied to form a blanket over the surface, cutting off oxygen and stopping the fire. CO2 extinguishers are commonly used on electrical fires as they displace oxygen without damaging equipment. Now fourth one is chain reactions breaking method. Chain reaction breaking is the process of interrupting the chemical chain reactions that sustain the fire. Even if fuel, oxygens and heat are present, fire will stop if the chemical chain reaction is broken. How it works? This method breaks the fourth element of the fire tetrahedron, which is the chain reactions. Extinguishing agents use dry chemical powder, special fire suppression agents. Now let us understand by this example. In gas fires or electrical fires, dry powder extinguishers are used to interrupt the chemical reactions at the molecular levels, stopping the fire instantly. This method is very effective for class B, class C and electrical fires. Now this is the conclusion of this video. Fire occurs only when fuel, oxygen, heat and chain reactions are present together. If any one element is removed, fire can be controlled or extinguished. I hope this video helped you understand complete fire safety, including fire classification as per Indian standard, British standards and NFPA without any confusion. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe. We will meet you again in the next video with a new safety topic. Till then, take care and stay safe.